All right. So we have some voicemails. Is that right, Mosse?
Correct.
All right. Who do we got first?
Let's do it.
Hi, David. Hi, Alexi. My name is Billy from Fontana, California. I was wondering if you guys thought maybe it would be better for Christian to follow in the footsteps of Landon and coming in playing in the MLS instead, because it seems like he needs to be playing for his confidence to be up and not have to worry about anybody watching his back. And you know how here in the MLS we do not have relegation, and I'm pretty sure that's something that also helped Landon a lot to get better, to get his confidence up. I'm not saying it might be a good thing for his career, but maybe a good thing for him just to come to the MLS maybe for a year or two so he can constantly be playing and not have to worry about anybody fitting him on the bench. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys answer my message. Bye.
Ooh. Billy from California. Mosse, can you imagine the angst and the just sheer craziness and outrage if Christian Pulisic decided in this moment that in order to get games, in order to play on a consistent basis, he were to return on a loan type of situation? It's not going to happen, okay? And I don't think that he would necessarily want to do that at this point. But let's just take it as an interesting hypothetical. Immediately, I think there would be those that would say that not only is this misguided, but you're actually it's actually detrimental to what you're trying to do because of the way that people view the level of Major League Soccer. I mean, you just look at the way that people talk about Major League Soccer players that are on the national team right now and the way that they differentiate and divide. And, some of it is fair and justified, but a lot of it isn't. And so if that ever were to happen, something like that were to happen, I know that people would go crazy. But would it be the worst thing in the world if Christian Pulisic is playing week in and week out in MLS as opposed to not playing or playing sporadically over in the EPL? Now, I think he would look at it as a huge step down, as a demotion type of thing. I also think that right now, not saying forever, Christian Pulisic thinks about himself in the world of soccer in a very different way that Landon Donovan had. And I think they're two very, very different types of cats. Very unique in the way that they think about things. But I think for Landon, it made sense at the moment that he did that as opposed to what's happening right now with Christian Pulisic. I think it's much more likely going forward that for him, and I know we're talking about it in preparation for the World Cup, I think it's much more likely, let's just go beyond that, just for that next move, that it is within Europe. I don't know. What do you think, Mosse?
Yeah, this would be a couple of moves away. I think he's someone that has this ambition to succeed in Europe, which is why he went there at such a young age, and he views his problems right now as unique to Chelsea and feels like he could find another big club in Europe where he would play regularly. If he went somewhere else and had the same problems, there might reach a point in his mind where he says, the heck with it, I'm going to go back to
I mean, he's soured on Chelsea, obviously,
right,
but I don't think he's necessarily soured on the EPL, let alone on Europe. And I think his ambition and his dream from a young age was to do it, which is why at a young age he went over there. And I don't think just because he is seen what it is that he has been soured on the entire thing.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops every week. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.